Hello, Happy New Year. Today I want to briefly show you how to manage the finances of multiple projects, because when you are a freelancer or a little creative company, it's important to not lose track of which invoice still needs to get paid and who still needs to pay you and how much money you spend and all this. So this little video will help you to build up a little system that you don't lose track of your finances, and you can download all the files in the link in the video description. So we have two folders. One contains all the examples. For example, I made 3 example clients, and into each example clients I added a couple of projects. If we look into the Adidas folder, we have a work folder, and here you put in all the images and creative files and videos for and from the client. Everything goes here. And we have admin section. In the admin section we have the accounting and the docs. The docs, here you will put in all the contracts and agreements and NDAs, and all that stuff goes here. And here in the accounting you don't put any files. Here you only have spreadsheets, and these spreadsheets, each spreadsheet contains the finances for each project. So for Adidas, for example, we have 2 different projects. We have a branding project and a campaign, and they're in the accounting folder. And here we have the overview spreadsheet, and this contains all the projects from all the clients in one long list. So you have a good overview who owes you what and who you still need to pay. So if we look here in the examples folder, we have the overview. I open it, and this gives us an overview of all the projects from all the clients. And let's also open one of the clients. Let's look at Adidas. In the Adidas project client, we have 2 projects. Let's look at one of them, at the branding. So in each project finance overview, we have a page where you can just see what's going on. That's in the finances. Then we have a section for estimates. We have a section for invoices. We have a section for costs. We have variables, which we don't need to touch. You don't need to change anything here. And we have a playground where you can do your own calculations if you want. You can see how much money, like how much are 1,000 euros in brutto and netto, how much taxes do you need to pay on this. So in Germany you always put 1,000 euro, but if the project is 1,000 euro, you charge 1,190 euro, because 190 euro go to the state. That's how it is. Yeah, and for each project of a client we have a separate spreadsheet. So now we looked at the branding spreadsheet, but we can also look at the campaign spreadsheet. It's the same. We have the overview, we have the estimates, we have the invoices, the costs, variables, and the playground. So now we're looking into the Adidas campaign project. We have in the estimates, we wrote down an estimate which we sent to them. We have estimate number, we write down the date, we write down how much money we want to have from them and how much money this is in brutto. For this we can use this calculator. Then we have this drop down, and this drop down is important. Let's say we just wrote the estimate, but we didn't send it yet. It's like a draft. Then it's called blocked. Then it appears here in that overview, it appears in blocked. If the client says, if we created it and then we send it to the client, then it appears in sent. That means we are waiting for a reply. It's good to see where you're waiting, basically. Then we have accepted. That means the client says, it's cool, I'm happy to pay 1,000 euros for the campaign. So it's here. And if the client says, no, I don't like it, it's cancelled, and then it would be here. For example, we can make a second estimate with 2,000 euros. Then we need to know how much taxes is this. This is 2,380. 2,380. And this one, they accepted. Cool. So now we know the estimates are accepted from this and they're cancelled for this. Good. This is just useful, but it's not really crucial. What is crucial is this. Let's say the client accepted 1,000 euros estimate. Then we want to send him an invoice for 1,000 euros. The total costs for the campaign, we send him an invoice for the total costs. That's our invoice number, that's the date when we send it. Here we have 1,000 euros, brutto is 1,190, and we sent him already the invoice. Here you can see invoices, 1,000 euros are open. We send it and we're waiting for him to pay. If he pays, we say paid, and then we can see here, hey, the client paid us already 1,000 euros. Pretty cool. Then we have costs in this project. Let's add some costs for, I don't know, cameraman. He sends us an invoice on that date for 500 euros. So probably 595. When he's from Germany, when he's not from Germany, brutto and netto would be the same. And he announced that he will send us an invoice of 500, so I already blocked it. So I know at some point I have to pay 500 euros. So the client already paid me my 1,000, but we don't have the invoice from the cameraman yet. So you can see here, we already earned 1,000 euros, but we still probably, if the cameraman sends the invoice, we still have to pay 500. If he sent us the invoice, we received the invoice. That means we actually really have to pay the 500 now. And once we paid it, you see, we didn't earn 1,000 euro, we only earned 500 because we have 1,000 euros costs and we have 1,000 euro income, we have 1,500 euro costs. That means we only earned 500 euros. Yeah. And like this, it's really good to keep track, because maybe he wants an extra thing on the campaign. We send this, that's always the date of the invoice. And they want to pay us 2,000 euro for the extra. I don't know, what could the extra be? Let's know, 2,380. And they announced that they will make an extra video. Yeah. Here we have notes, we can make some notes for us. So we know the client already paid us for the campaign 1,000 euros, and he said, hey, for 2,000 euros we want you to make an extra video. So here now we have the 2,000 are in, they are blocked. So that means we earned already only 500 already, because 1,000 euro income, 500 costs, but we have 2,000 euros coming. And let's say we send the invoice, it's really not rocket science, then you can see here. And for this we also need a cameraman for extra. That's his second invoice, also 500 euros. He sent it to us. Let's have a last look. We sent the invoice to the client of 2,000. He didn't pay it yet. We received the invoice from the cameraman of 500. That means we will make soon, when everything's paid and received, we will soon make 1,500 euro profit. Good. See, it's really, it's simple, but it's really useful. Otherwise you lose complete track of everything. And it's also good to know who you still need to pay. I think it's really important. So here we are in the Adidas campaign, and in the Adidas branding, let's say we do them a new logo. So I sent them an estimate of 100,000 euros. They accepted it. I split up the invoice in 3 parts, because in the beginning we sent 30,000, then another 30, and then 40. They already paid this. We have costs for a typographer of 40,000 euros, because typographers are expensive. We received their invoice already, and now we can have a look. Estimate accepted. Cool. Invoices, they already paid 30, but they still will pay 70 when we send the invoice. We have already received the invoice from the typographer for 40. So here you see we earned 30, we still have to pay 40, and we soon get 70. That's it. And I would recommend to make, for each client, to make each project separate. Because if you start to mix all the projects of one client in this, you lose track. It's just not recommendable, and we can actually make as many files as we want. Now we looked into the client folders. We just looked into the Adidas, but for Burberry, it's the same. Burberry website project, it's the same. They accepted an estimate of 15,000. They denied one of 20 because it was too expensive. Then we say we split up the project in 3 rounds. They pay in the beginning, in the middle, in the end. They already paid everything. Cool. And we hired an external developer for SEO for 5,000. We received his invoice, but we didn't pay it yet. Looking at this, invoice accepted 15, cancelled 20. They already paid everything. We still need to pay the developer for the SEO. That means we earned, in total we earned 15 and still have to pay 5. Once the developer is paid, we actually only earned 10, because 15 minus 5 is 10. Good. And the same with the Nike project. Same thing. That's the cool thing. It's always the same. Here are the estimates. We sent 2 invoices. One is already paid. One is blocked. Again, blocked means I prepared the invoice, or I know that I will send an invoice, but I didn't send it yet. That's for planning. So you can say in round 2, on the 8th of January, I will send another invoice. And we have 2 costs for illustrators, one's for the booklet, one's for the flyer, each 2,000. We received already 5,000 euros. We still get 5,000 in the future, and we have to pay 4,000 for our illustrators. That means we already earned 5,000, but in the future we will only earn 1,000 because this. This is it. This is really helpful. And what's also really helpful is the overview. In the overview, we have all the projects. Client name Adidas, project name branding and campaign, Burberry website, Nike summer campaign. Then it's here in each row, it takes the values from the files in here. And that's the cool part. Let's say we just did the Adidas branding finances thing. Let's say we have our sheet and now we want to add it to our overview. So I take that URL of the sheet, doesn't matter if you're here, just take it, you copy it, you put it here, it's here, a link, then you select the fields from the row above and you copy it down. You just need to drag it down and you have it. Sometimes it gives you an error, then you need to double click on it and then push the green button because it asks for permission to access that file. I can quickly show you this. Let's say we make a copy of the Adidas branding project. Let's say we name it Adidas, I don't know, video. Let's say everything here is the same, doesn't matter. And we put in the Adidas video here. Then we copy this down. I think it's already accepted. Like sometimes you need to, it's like an error. But it's only because you need to click on the error and then press the green button to allow the overview to access this document. So Adidas, and this one was campaign, and this one was video. And here we see the overview of all the money which we will still earn once we will send the invoice, and we received from the invoices from our developers and illustrators. This is the money which is already invoiced, and this is the money which we earned already. And this blue thing actually is the total money which we will earn from the project. Yeah, let's remove this Adidas video project and the Adidas campaign. It's actually, no, the Adidas campaign, something is wrong. Okay, let's relink them. Adidas branding. Adidas branding. We copy this. We put this here. And the video, let's delete the video one. And Adidas campaign. Here. Yeah, that's how it should be. So here you see all your projects from all your clients in a good overview. You see how much money you earn in total, how much money you already earned, how much money you will earn from the sent out invoices, and how much money you will earn in the future, but you didn't send the invoices yet. The total. Here's the total. So that looks like a good year. We already earned, with 4 projects, we already earned 78,000. Yes. So feel free to take this example folder and change the files. But also it's easier if you go into the templates folder, because here I have all the files you need basically without any data. I will quickly run you through the whole thing of how to set this up. It's really quick. The stupid thing is, in Google you cannot duplicate or copy folders with their content. That's pretty stupid. So I would recommend that you use a software like Google Drive on your Mac or your computer, because there you can access it like it's a real folder on your Mac or your computer, and you don't have to use this interface. Let's say we want to make a new client. Then I would copy my client's template folder and I would put it into my examples folder. Then I would name it like the name of the client. I don't know, Microsoft. And then you can see that we have a new folder called Microsoft. It's empty, there's nothing in the work, there's nothing in the admin. It's empty. Then we will go to our, and this you need to actually do in Google Drive. You can't copy those files on your computer. So you can copy folders, but you can't copy them in the drive, and it is what it is. So now we want to put the client project finances into the Microsoft folder. So I make a copy of it. I call it Microsoft, I don't know, design. And then I move it into the Microsoft folder, admin, accounting. Yeah, now in the examples folder we have Microsoft, we have admin, we have accounting, and here we have our Microsoft finance overview. Here we can write in whatever we want. Let's say we make a quick estimate. Estimate 1, number 1 for, let's make this good, for 10,000 euros. Estimate design 1, and 10,000 euros are 11,900 in tax, and they accepted it. Cool. Then we will go to invoices, design round 1 and design round 2. Invoice 2 gets sent out on a different date, and 5,000 euros is 5,950. And let's say they paid already half of it, but they still, and we already sent the invoice for the second half. We don't have any costs. So that means for the Microsoft design project, they paid us 5,000 and we will still receive 5,000. Then we need to go into our overview. Then we copy this here. We'll write Microsoft design. And now it comes, drag this down, and we can see the overview of the Microsoft project in our overview of all the clients. This is it. This is super helpful, and if I would not have this, I don't know how much money I still get, how much money I still need to pay. Yeah, so that's it. I hope that helped you. As I said, all those files are in the description of the video. I would be super happy if you would subscribe to my video and share it. That would be nice. Yes. Thanks so much and have a lovely day.